family, and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I want to speak about one of my favorite projects, Strongnode, and talk about the price action that's been happening because I don't want to sugarcoat what's happening with the project, and I believe there's some things that need to be stated in order to have the new investors and the new people that want to get into the project be aware of what's going on and if it's the right time to get on it right now or wait for the new updates that they have. So if you like the video, please like and just subscribe and stay tuned for future updates on Strongblock as well. So as you know, with Strongblock, we have seen a really major sell-off. Okay, we went from a high of about 1,200 to now almost $100. Okay, it was about $102. Okay, but if you if you take a look at the website here, we see that with the recent nodes that have joined the ecosystem, it recently, once I did the last video, it was about 360,000, but now it's almost 400K, okay? So I see a lot of people still joining and a lot of investors really believing in the project and the new things that they have coming up, which is the strong chain and their stronger token, which will, help out the ecosystem by not having a lot of selling pressure on the strongest self. But still, if you take a look at the chart, we see a really big major sell-off, okay? So it lets me, have in the back of the mind, okay, so could this be a rug pull, all right? Once you see a sell-off from 1,200 all the way down to 100, it makes you think what's going on with the project, what's truly going on behind the scenes. We know they're doing a lot of updates, doing a lot of AMAs, and trying to come up with a lot of things to make the project, better for the investors and for themselves as well. But this is just not it's not encouraging at all. Okay, if you take a look at the chart, doesn't look encouraging at all. We've been on a major downtrend, and as we see here as well, it looked like it was going to be a bounce up until the 420 levels, and several times. Okay, so this was a major support here. It went up. So I have the Bollinger Bands here, which usually works better with stocks since it's not as volatile as the crypto. But still, I like to take a look at this as an example because as we see here, it went up several times to the Bollinger Bands and then it wicked back down. Okay, so it sort of acted as a support and a resistant because we see here it's a lag indicator, so it's not gonna show it on the charts right away. But I just like to have it to see when the recent highs were and the recent lows were as well. Okay, so we went up several times. All right, we had a recent high of 462, went up again 620, and another one at 1,200. But ever since we reached the 1,200 level, we've seen just major downtrend. Okay, so I mean, right now, would I still want to get onto the project of Strong? The answer is I would probably wait. Honestly, I would wait because look at this. If we take a look here at the 220 level, this was one of the major levels that I wanted to see a bounce from. Okay, and as we see, we did not see that. Okay, in the charts, if you take a look here, at the 220 levels, we did not have a single bounce. We had a bounce, a little bounce at the 480 levels, okay, and then right away it went back down, and it just led me to think: are people compounding or the big investors, okay, the whales that got into the project all the way back here when price was about $50 or so, and they rose the project all the way up to 1,200, and then this is sort of a liquidity for the whales. Okay, once they sold, there was somebody here. Okay, somebody here was already trying to get into the project, and unfortunately, they're losing a lot right now if they got in at the 1,200. But this was a liquidity for them. Okay, and that's something that I want to talk about, not with Strongblock only, but with a lot of projects, because with Strongblock, the team are doxed. They have everything. They're doing AMAs and a lot of great stuff, but that doesn't, include the part where it's gonna be 100% not a rug pull. Okay, there's projects that might not rug pull until several years after. And I'm not saying Strongblock is going to be one of the projects, but I'm saying even if they don't rug pull, there's things that could happen that leads the project to die out, and it's not really going to be a rug pull, but just a lot of project dying out from the sell-off and from other major occurrences that are happening right now. So I believe Strongblock could see a bounce. Okay, I still believe in the project, but the truth has to be said. Okay, we didn't see a major bounce back from the 140 levels. Okay, we went down right now about 109 or so. So I want to see a big major occurrence here. That's a bounce. Okay, I want to see a bounce from the 105 level, because if we don't, we're gonna be going down all the way. Because I don't see any support here. I don't see the support. The support has been broken already with 120, 150 level. So if we do break 100 level, we'll be going all the way to the lowest, which was about 60 or $80. So it's pretty low. Do I still think that this is a great entry to get in if it goes down to 80? Yes, if you're thinking about it as a long-term play, okay. But if you're thinking about it as a short-term play, please don't get into this project. I'm saying this as a financial advice actually, because I wouldn't recommend getting into a project once we see this big major sell-off, okay. Several times you can't call a falling knife, okay. So that's something that I've always learned. You can't call when it's gonna bounce. You can't say that oh it's gonna bounce at 406, because we're seeing a double bottom. It went, like, let me zoom in. It went up from 430 and then went up to 514, and this kind of sort of looked as a support here, and but people might have bought right here, but then again the downtrend has kept going. Okay, downtrend is still going very high here. Okay, as you see with the line, it's still going and it has to break that downtrend. Okay, we've been on this low and the Bollinger Bands, which is a big sell-off right now. And as we see as well with the volume, there's a lot of selling pressure, and the selling pressure is overcoming the buying pressure. Okay, so this is why we see a big major sell-off here, as we can see from the Bollinger Bands. So I still do think that there could be a support that's created, and I still believe that strong will keep going. But for the short term, I really do believe that we need to see some sort of support being created at the 110 level. Okay, and I have the auto tracement here, auto Fibonacci levels, and we see that I believe they went down here at the level, at the red level right here, and that's where I believed it would make a support and come back to the not all time levels, but about the 0.382 level, and then we could see a major support and then slowly rise back up. But unfortunately, that didn't occur. So I do believe it has a lot of potential in it. But for now, short term, I would wait and see if there's a support that's being created. All right, guys, if you'd like to support the video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for future updates as well, because I want to do another video. Hopefully, once Strong is going up again and has made a support level at the 100 level, and I want to see it hopefully going back up steadily, and the project gaining traction, because I do believe in the project. But as of now, there needs to be some changes that occur. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future updates. Stay blessed.